When it comes to American muscle, the 1970 Ford Mustang isn't just a car, it's an icon, a legend forged in the golden era of horsepower, freedom, and fastback fantasies. It was a time when Detroit ruled the roads, and the Mustang. The Mustang was the young rebel with a growl in its throat and a V8 under the hood. Fast forward to 2025, and the classic car market is thriving. Restorations, Restomods, barn finds, they're all hot. But among them, there's something special about a black 1970 Mustang. It has presence. It has history. And today, we're going to give it the long review it deserves. Whether you're a die-hard Ford fan or just someone who appreciates raw, analog driving machines, you're going to want to stick around for this one. We're diving deep, from that slick black paint to the unmistakable rumble of a properly tuned V8. This is the 1970 Ford Mustang, reborn in 2025, and this is your full review. Exterior. Let's start where the love affair begins, the exterior. The 1970 Mustang was a slight but sharp evolution from the '69 model. And this particular example, in a high-gloss, jet black finish, looks absolutely menacing under the 2025 sun. That deep, reflective black gives the car a modern edge while maintaining every ounce of its vintage muscle appeal. From the front, the '70 Mustang's split grille and quad headlights immediately grab your attention. Ford made subtle design changes this year, notably eliminating the inner headlights from the previous '69 model, giving it a wider, cleaner, more aggressive look. The Mustang logo still gallops proudly in the center, framed by a sharp-edged grille that says, "Get out of my way." The hood? You can't miss it. This one's got the shaker hood scoop, functional and fearsome. The subtle bulge and chrome trim accentuate the raw purpose of the car: airflow, power, performance. Even parked, it looks like it's breathing. The profile is pure fastback magic. Long hood, short deck, raked stance. Everything you'd want from an American classic. Chrome accents around the windows and fenders reflect just enough to keep it classy. The Magnum 500 wheels, wrapped in BF Goodrich radial T/As, look period correct and absolutely perfect. The red brake calipers, a modern upgrade, peek through just enough to hint that this black beast isn't just about the show. It's about go. And around back. You get those 3-segment taillights that scream Mustang heritage, framed in chrome and flanked by a subtle lip spoiler. Dual exhaust tips tucked beneath a pristine chrome bumper finish the look. This isn't a car. It's an attitude, carved in steel, dipped in black, and ready for the street. Step inside, and you're immediately hit with a wave of nostalgia. The black vinyl seats, high back buckets in this model, are beautifully restored. They're supportive enough for spirited driving, but still old school in that slide across the bench if you take a turn too hard kind of way. The texture, the stitching, the piping, it's all here, and it all feels right. The dash is a mix of rugged simplicity and classic style. Dual pods house the speedometer and tachometer, with additional gauges for fuel, temperature, oil pressure, and amps spread cleanly across. No digital nonsense. Just analog precision and clean legibility. This Mustang is equipped with the original style 3-spoke steering wheel, thick wood grain rim, chrome accents, and a Mustang horn button right in the center. Behind it, you can feel the road even before you turn the key. The center console features a floor-mounted shifter. This car's got a 4-speed manual, and we'll get to that fun part in a minute. The brushed aluminum trim gives the interior just a bit of flash, and if you're looking for entertainment beyond the exhaust note, there's a modern retro stereo unit, Bluetooth enabled, but styled like the factory radio. It's a best of both worlds setup. There's no touchscreen. No lane assist. No digital clusters. What you get is focus. Simplicity. And a layout that makes you want to drive, not scroll. The rear seats. They're tight, but usable. Let's be honest, they're more for throwing your jacket or gym bag than carrying passengers. The trunk, however, is surprisingly spacious. Plenty of room for a weekend road trip or even a set of tools and parts, if you're the kind who likes to get your hands dirty. Bottom line, the interior of this '70 Mustang balances authenticity with just the right amount of modern functionality. It's a driver's cabin, plain and simple. Performance. Alright, now to the part you've been waiting for, the performance. Under the hood of this black 1970 Mustang is a 351 Cleveland V8, one of the most respected engines of the era. Rated at 300 horsepower back in the day, this particular example has been rebuilt and mildly tuned, putting down an estimated 360 horsepower to the rear wheels. Not earth-shattering by 2025 standards, but remember, this car weighs just over 3,000 pounds. The power-to-weight ratio still slaps. Fire it up, and the car barks to life with a throaty rumble. The idle has that classic V8 lope, choppy, aggressive, and oh so American. You feel the vibrations through the wheel, through the seat, in your chest. This car doesn't whisper. It growls. Clutch in, first gear, that Hurst shifter moves with a satisfying, mechanical notch. Let out the clutch, give it some throttle, and suddenly you're gone. 0 to 60 happens in around 6 seconds, but again, it's not just about the numbers. It's about the sensation. The 4-speed manual keeps you involved. Every shift is a commitment. You feel the engine climbing, hear the carbs sucking in air, and when you stomp it in second, the rear tires chirp just enough to remind you who's in charge. Handling. Well, it's not a modern track weapon, but it's surprisingly composed. This car has been updated with performance shocks and sway bars, so it feels planted in corners without sacrificing that classic ride quality. It's still more muscle than sports car, but for a vintage chassis, it holds its own, especially on smooth, curvy roads. Braking is solid, thanks to front disc brake upgrades. You still need to plan your stops, but it's a far cry from the original all-drum setup. The pedal feel is firm, predictable, and confidence-inspiring. Whether you're blasting down a highway or rumbling through a quiet neighborhood at 25 miles per hour, the Mustang makes everything feel dramatic, in the best way possible. This is what driving used to feel like, before electronics filtered everything. It's raw. It's emotional. And it's glorious. Price. So, how much does a piece of this history cost in 2025? Well, the 1970 Mustang market is as strong as ever. Values depend heavily on originality, trim level, engine configuration, and restoration quality. A base coupe with a 6-cylinder might run you $25,000 to $35,000 for a decent driver. But this, a well-restored black-on-black fastback with a 351 and tasteful upgrades. You're looking at $70,000 to $100,000, depending on provenance and build quality. Add a factory 428 Cobra Jet or Boss 302 badge to the mix, and you can easily cross into six-figure territory, even upwards of $150,000 at auctions like Barrett-Jackson or Mecum. The good news? These cars are holding their value, and in some cases, appreciating. Collectors are always on the hunt for clean, rust-free, properly restored examples. And younger buyers, the new wave of enthusiasts, are starting to recognize just how special these cars really are. Of course, if you're handy, you can still find project cars in the $15,000 to $25,000 range, but beware, restoring a '70 Mustang isn't cheap. Parts are available, sure, but labor, paint, and drivetrain work can quickly push you into the red if you're not careful. But here's the truth, people don't buy Mustangs like this to save money. They buy them for love. For the feel. For the noise. For the story. And in that sense, the 1970 Mustang is worth every penny. Outro. So there you have it, the 1970 Ford Mustang, reviewed in all its blacked-out glory here in 2025. It's not just a car. It's a living memory. A rolling rebellion. A machine that delivers emotion in every rev, every corner, every glance. If you're lucky enough to own one, you already know. If you're shopping for one, take your time, do your homework, and when the right one comes along, don't hesitate. This is more than steel and rubber. It's a legacy on wheels. Thanks for watching this full review. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, subscribe for more classic and modern car breakdowns, and let us know in the comments, what's your dream Mustang? 1965 Fastback, 69 Mach 1. Or are you holding out for the Shelby? Either way, stay passionate, stay curious, and most of all, keep driving. Until next time, this is Rise and Inspire, signing off.